Yo, Wizard101 finally put out the announcement that we've all been waiting for. Today, they officially announced that Wizard101 is coming to console. The release will specifically start off on Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, which is actually ridiculous. Now, this was on their Twitter, but if you're subscribed to me, you knew about this about a week ago. I think this is yet another reason to subscribe to the channel. I'm just saying if you want to stay updated. But y'all, not only do we have confirmation of the leak that we basically talked about last week, we also do have a few new details, because not only did they tweet out, like on Twitter, by the way, this thing has like 5,000 likes. It's a crazy big hit tweet. Not only did they do that, they also decided to reach out to various websites with the press release. But starting off with the big question on everyone's mind, right? What will the console servers look like? Basically, they said that there will be a new server where everyone that's playing on console can play with each other. Now, this is currently confirmation, although things might be subject to change, that as things are now, people on PC will not be able to play with people on console. Now, that is a really, really big deal, right? On one hand, yes, there's a whole new audience of people that might have never even considered playing Wiz that might play on console. But at the end of the day, Wiz101 is a game built on community. The very foundation of this game is meeting people on this server where, maybe you're struggling with a boss fight and you team up and you find someone to quest with. Maybe you're at low level struggling with a quest, you go to the comments, ask a higher level for advice. And beyond that, even everything else that involves doing things with other people, like pet hatching, PvPing, raiding, guild making, all of those things are very much helped by being on a server with a bunch of other people that have been playing for a while. And that's a big part of why Wiz101 has this nostalgic pull for a lot of people, because they come back, they see people that are max level that are more than willing to help and make the community better. That's a strength that will be lost if you put this out on console and you can't play with people on the same server as PC. And I think I'm not the only one who has this opinion. The top comment on their tweet, which I hope they take this, criticism seriously, or at least talk about how they might go about, addressing the top comment is the exact same thing on their tweet. People want crossplay between PC and console. Now, that's not the only question people had about this. And thankfully, shout out to this man's in the official Wizard101 Discord, Ooga Booga. I don't know if you're a mod or whatever, but they pinned his comment because he summarized a lot of the things the devs have done while answering questions about this. And this is what they pinned. It looks like there's a couple of unknowns, as is expected early in the process. But the fact that it's unknown could actually be a good thing, because I'd rather have this be up in the air than confirmed as an impossible thing. They don't know if you can copy over your account from PC to console. Now, other than cross-playing between the two, I think that's the second biggest concern, right? Because when they released Wizard101 on Steam, this was a big reason why I would argue it wasn't a bigger success, right? A lot of these Steam numbers, they're not really that impressive, because they don't represent anywhere close to the sheer number of people that play with, because no one wanted to restart their entire Wizard on Steam. If y'all don't know, let's say that you make an account on Steam for Wizard101, you have to start over again. There's no copying your account over. Now, why is that not a thing? In my opinion, I don't know the exact details of this, but I want to say it's a labor-intensive process to copy someone's data over to something else, right? If it's like a singular item, I think Wiz can do it very easily. Let's say you accidentally delete a pet, they can just restore it. So they clearly have the tools to be able to, if they can restore something, they could probably give a wizard, the level, the gear, and everything else that you had. But I don't think they have a full-fledged process to copy over one's data over to another server, which they would have to do if someone who, let's say that I have this main account with all my maxes on PC, but I prefer playing on a console. As it is right now, there's no confirmation that I wouldn't have to restart, right? And I would also be restarting without any high levels to share the space with to help me. That is a very, very big deal, in my opinion. To me, I feel like, yeah, I guess crossplay between PC and console, I'm just gonna assume that's a very expensive thing to do. I feel like it's already a W that they're, expanding into console. This is only gonna grow the game. Hopefully that investment is worth it to the point where they grow a lot. But I think that it will be affected quite a bit if experienced players, going back to the point I made earlier, are also not in the server. If there's no ability to copy from PC to console, you'll really have a lack of experienced players that can, community build, help that process. And I think they're underestimating the sheer power of that as to why Wiz is even alive. I think that's the biggest part. So hopefully, they give us more, more facts about this. Either they tell us why it's not possible or tell us the steps that they would have to do. No timeline even needed. Just I would love if they address the feedback on copying people's data over, being able to play between the two servers and on PC and console. The other thing that's currently unknown is the payment model. Now, this is also something that I think, obviously, when it comes to Wiz, the membership pricing and all of that, that's a big deal. This is a new platform that they're trying to expand into. And in my opinion, because it's very obviously targeted at new players, because you can't copy data over, the question becomes, is the same membership thing, the same paywalls that they have on PC, is that a good idea to also copy over to console? Right, what's a new player on console gonna do when they're questing through, you know, Wizard City? Maybe they're having fun, and then they hit Cyclops Lane or Firecat Alley, they can't progress anymore. And added on to that, they also don't see a populated server of people because they're only surrounded by people that are also on the same page as them. You remove the selling point of the community and the selling point of a free-to-play game in one fell swoop if you keep the same payment structure as they currently have. What I recommend, because it's an entirely new platform, especially because it's probably going to be mostly new players, I would experiment with changing the paywall much beyond Cyclops Lane, Firecat Alley. I'm sure they have better data than I have to back this up, but I really think even something like the first arc being free during the official launch of console, especially maybe for a limited time if they're really trying to like save money, I think that would go a very long way. I think that would bring people in and they would actually get a fair chance at seeing what the game's about. Now, in that pinned comment, they did say there's a lot of legal things that they gotta, like, you know, look into. I want to say one of the things that they're probably hinting at is, you know, there's memberships that you can already pay on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Nintendo Switch. What I'm wondering is, let's say someone already has some sort of membership. Is there a way that Wiz and, I don't know, Xbox with Xbox Live, can they have like some kind of collaboration where if you have Xbox Live, you can somehow unlock Wizard101 membership? I'm not really sure how that would work, but I don't know what other legal things that they're talking about, but maybe one of the legal things that they're talking about is the payment structure. Unknown at the moment. This is just something that I'm thinking about in my head. But I do think this is super exciting news. We have way more that we know about this than a week ago when, you know, I made a video speculating on what a leak about this console would mean. But y'all, I'm really rooting for this to do well, man. I mean, obviously, you know, we're several years into this game. I mean, obviously, it's probably not going to be a perfect launch. I just hope that they learn from some of the things that the Steam release didn't do as well. And even if things aren't as feasible right now, I hope that they're listening to the feedback openly, especially about things like copying over data, crossplay, all of that. I wouldn't worry, by the way, about Wiz on PC slowing down as a result of this. They did put out like a dev message in the official Discord as well, saying this is an outside team that they're bringing in. So this really does look like whoever's in charge is putting some serious investment into Wiz. I think that's good news no matter how you look at it. But let me know what you guys think. Y'all should leave some feedback, especially if you're a prospective console player on Wiz. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I look forward to reading all of y'all's comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Leave a sub if you're new. And as always, if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong. Stay awesome. See y'all soon. And yeah.